Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to Unique Visuals, and today we are talking about basic timeline editing and how to get your footage onto the timeline so we can even start editing. So, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing we want to do, I made this huge last time because actually what we're going to do is we're going to go to workspace, and then we can just reset current workspace to its original layout or whatever. Alright, so we have the A roll and the B roll. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the A roll over here to the timeline. There's a couple ways we can do this. We can just drag the clip over here. That's a good way to get it over there. But we're not going to do it that way. We're going to actually double click this, and that'll make it go over here into this source monitor. We can also just drag the clip we want into the source monitor, and it will also be right here. So first thing we're going to do before we actually drag this clip into the timeline to where we can start making cuts and things like that is we are going to find an in and out point. And basically what that does is it just crops anything before the video that we don't want and anything after the video that we don't want. So it just trims it up just a little bit to make the editing process a little bit smoother. So I'm going to go ahead and find the in and out points for this video, and I'll get back to you guys when I do. Alright, so I have found the end point right here. This is where I want the end point to be. One thing we can do is we can hit this button right here. That'll mark endpoint, or we can use the keyboard shortcut I, and that will automatically create the endpoint, which is what I find myself doing a lot. And now we'll go ahead and find the out point. Alright, and here's the out point, and again we can hit this button right here and it'll mark out point. Or what we can do is we can hit O, and that will mark the out point as well. I find myself using the keyboard shortcuts just because they're a lot easier. They're a lot easier to do. Okay, so now we have the exact footage that we want to keep within this monitor. Now we just need to get it down here. There's a couple ways we can do this. If we just want the video, we can drag just the video, and that'll be no audio. But we don't really want that because we want the audio as well. Or, I mean, we could drag the audio if we just wanted the audio from that clip. But we actually want to drag the video and the audio. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab the video clip and we're just going to drag that right there. And now we have our clip in the timeline. So the first thing you want to do before you start making any edits is make sure this little snap tool is on. Because if it's not on when you make trims or do anything, it's going to be almost impossible. The snap tool snaps it to the playhead. So like it, as you can see, it just like snaps it to the line here. As if snaps were not on, it would be me kind of just guessing where that line is. Okay, I think it's like right here. So just make sure this snap tool is on right here. I'm not sure if it'll be in a different spot if you have a newer version, but it's somewhere over here in this area. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, let's learn a little bit of keyboard shortcuts just to help with the editing process to help it go a little bit smoother. I use the plus and minus keys to do this, to zoom in and zoom out. If I want to get a more precision cut, or if I want to see the entire timeline, I can zoom out. Also, the scroll wheel, you may think that's what zooms in, but that actually just goes along the timeline. So just make sure you remember the plus and minus keys are the one that actually zooms in and zooms out. Alright, so that's kind of some of the shortcuts. We'll go into more of the shortcuts as we go along. So let's just watch through this real quick. Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm Isaac, founder of Unique Visuals, and which is a company Alright, so we found the spot that we want to cut this because I do mess up. So we're going to, and also if you use the arrow keys, it goes frame by frame. I forgot to mention that, but that just helps get a more precision cut. And I'll cut it right here. And the way we can do that is, I mean, we can grab the end of this tool right here and we can drag it over here, but that's not really what we want to do. Just because we're cutting out all that, and that's not what we're wanting to do. So we're really wanting to just take this small section out right here. One way we can do that is we can actually hit I for an endpoint, and then the out point is like the end of the timeline, which is not what we want. So we're going to find the out point. Okay, we want to start about here, so I'll hit O. Then what we can do is we can actually hit, I believe it's the extract tool, and it will extract that clip, and it'll just leave us with this cut right here. So we can either do that, or there is a shorter way to do this. We can actually hit C, or yeah, we can go grab the razor tool right here, or hit C, which is a shortcut. I use that a ton. C and V switch it back from the mouse tool and the cutting tool. So if we use the cutting tool, we can click that red line or close to the red line, and since we have snaps on, it does exactly where the red line is. And now we're just going to go to this out point right here because we already marked it, and we're just going to click that again right about on the red line. We can just select that clip, delete it, and then what we can also do is we can just select this empty space, hit backspace, and it will make to where there's no gap here. So we've made this little cut right here, and now we're just gonna cut out all these little mistakes. So yeah, and yeah, we're just using the C, and then we'll switch back to V, select that, delete, select that, delete. And now we have this, which runs pretty smoothly together. All right, so we now have the entire edit put together, or not the entire edit. We have the rough cut of all the clips and mistakes that I made. We have all those cut out. Okay, so now we have the edit, the rough cut of all the mistakes and things cut out. And we have some music here. So we're gonna add that because, you know, like you always have some like background muse. We have some background noise, or like a echo or a buzzing. Like if we turn this up louder.
Hey everyone, what's going on? I'm Isaac, founder of Unique Visuals, which is a company.
I guess it's not loud enough right now, but when it does get loud, there is some buzzing, and I don't really like that. So you can always edit this, fix it in post, you know, whatever. But what we're actually going to do is we're just going to add some music, and that should fix it for the most part. And as you can see, it's really, really, really loud. So what we can do is we can go over to the audio mixer, and we'll turn that down to about there.
Get together and get this video project.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. That should cut out some of the echo, microphone noise, stuff like that. And we can just hit the C, and then we'll delete that because we don't need anything past there. Okay, so we have the basic editing, just kind of to clip together the clips that we need and some music. Nothing much special. So join me in the next episode where we will be adding some B-roll. We might add a little bit of a color grade, and we're just going to spice this video up. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you aren't already. And as always, see you guys later.